Damages for the various asbestos conditions do differ widely. It depends ultimately on the extent and severity of the illness and the respiratory disability. Consequently, claims for the most severe conditions are significantly above the levels of damages awarded for less serious conditions. Damages fall into a number of categories for the various illnesses. And what I'm talking about here is the damages for general damages, which is described as damages for pain, suffering and loss of amenity. In other words, damages for the illness itself and the consequences of that illness and the effects it will have on a sufferer's life. In the more severe conditions, then the damages for a mesothelioma or a lung cancer case for general damages can be anything between £75,000 and £90,000, or possibly slightly higher in an exceptional case. For pleural thickening and asbestosis cases, then the level of damages for pain and suffering will be determined by the extent of the respiratory disability. What happens is that lung function tests are undertaken upon the patient or the client by an independent chest physician, and the results of those lung function tests will determine the extent of the respiratory disability, and the extent of that disability will lead to the measure of the damages for pain and suffering and loss of amenity. So the damages may range for anywhere between, say, £15,000 and £50,000 for a moderately severe pleural thickening or asbestosis case, but the damages will all be determined by the specifics of the case, so it's really only possible to give a broad outline of the range of usual damages. There are, in addition, other categories of claim which can be made depending on the particular circumstances. In the more severe conditions, then a major head of loss will be the claim in respect of financial losses, for loss of income, loss of pension, loss of salary if the individual is still working. And also in those cases, there will also have to be determined a financial dependency claim on behalf of the family of the sufferer. Where that situation arises, the law recognizes that a wife or a spouse or other dependent family members will be able to make a claim for financial dependency. There are other heads of claim which can be claimed as well, including a claim for care. The illnesses, where they are severe, are likely to give rise to the need for care on the part of the claimant. Whether that is care provided by family members or friends, or private care paid for commercially, then the law states that those amounts can be claimed for. In the context of care provided by family members, then the law will take a notional sum and compensate upon that basis. That is usually a commercial rate discounted to take account of the fact that it is care provided by the family, and the law will usually take a deduction of somewhere around 25% to the commercial rate of care to reflect the fact that it is care being provided for by the family and that there is in fact no exchange of money for that care. In the more severe conditions, there may be the requirement for aids and appliances or adaptations to the house, and again all of that can be claimed for. Other aspects of the claim may include payments for treatment, travelling expenses, requirements for work to be done around the house and the garden, which our clients are no longer able to do because of the effects of the illness on them, and all of this forms part of the claim in the particular circumstances of the case. The value of a claim can vary widely between the less severe conditions and the more severe conditions. But as an average for one of the more severe conditions, for one of the cancers, then damages will usually be over a six-figure sum. They're very often over £150,000, and they can be significantly higher than that depending on the particular circumstances. I have handled claims on behalf of claimants where we've recovered damages in excess of £500,000 and in one case in excess of £800,000.